My Financial Career by Stephen Butler Leacock. Stephen Butler Leacock was born in 1869. He is an English born Canadian teacher, writer, and humorist. He is known for his light humor and criticism of people's follies. His notable works are Sunshine Sketches of a Little Town, Arcadian Adventures with the Idle Rich, etc. The Stephen Leacock Memorial Medal for Humor was instituted in his honor. Here goes the story, My Financial Career. When I go into a bank, I get nervous. The clerks make me nervous. The little windows at the counters make me nervous. The sight of the money make me nervous. Everything makes me nervous. Nevertheless, I had to go to the bank. There was a fair increase in my salary. I wanted to deposit the money with the bank. I felt that the bank was the only place for it. I walked in with dragging feet and looked shyly round at the clerks. I had an idea that a person about to open an account must consult the manager. I went up to a counter marked accountant. The accountant was a tall, cool fellow. The very sight of him made me nervous. My voice was deep and hollow. Can I see the manager? He said, and added solemnly, alone. I don't know why I said alone. Certainly, said the accountant. The manager was a grave, calm man. Are you the manager? I asked. Yes, he said. Can I see you? I asked. Alone. I didn't want to say alone again, but I couldn't help it. The manager looked at me in some alarm. He felt that I had a terrible secret to reveal. Come in here, he said, and led the way to a private room. He turned the key in the lock. We're safe from interruption here, he said. Sit down. We both sat down and looked at each other. I found no voice to speak. You are a detective, I suppose, he said. I'm not a detective at all. I have come to open an account. I intend to keep all my money in this bank. The manager looked relieved but still serious. He concluded now that I was a millionaire. A large account, I suppose, he said. Fairly large, I whispered. I propose to deposit $56 now and $50 a month regularly. I could see the manager trying to suppress a laugh. He got up and opened the door. He called to the accountant. Mr. Montgomery, he said unkindly loud. This gentleman is opening an account. He will deposit $56. Good morning. I rose. The manager showed me the way to the accountant. I went up to the accountant's counter and pushed the money at him with a sudden quick movement as if I were doing a conjuring trick. My face was pale as death. Here, I said, deposit it. The tone of the words seemed to mean, let's do this painful thing. He took the money and gave it to another clerk. He made me write the sum on a piece of paper and signed my name in a book. I no longer knew what I was doing. The bank was going round and round before my eyes. Is it deposited? I asked nervously. It is, said the accountant. Then I want to draw a check. I want to get back some money. My idea was to draw out $6 of it for present use. Someone gave me a checkbook through a little window, and someone else began telling me how to write it out. The people in the bank thought that I was a millionaire who had something wrong with him. I wrote something on the check and thrust it in at the clerk. He looked at it. What? Are you drawing it all out again? He asked in surprise. Then I realized that I had written 56 instead of 6, the entire money I deposited. I felt that I was doing something unreasonable. All the clerks had stopped writing to look at me. Yes, the whole thing. You withdrew all your money from the bank? Yes, every cent of it. Are you not going to deposit anymore? Asked the clerk, astonished. Never. I had no explanation for my foolish behavior. Since I had nothing to do, I acted like a man with a fearfully quick temper. The clerk gave the money to me and I rushed out. As the big door swung behind me, I could hear the echo of a roar of laughter that went up to the ceiling of the bank. Since then, I bank no more. I keep my money in cash in my trousers pocket and my savings in silver dollars in a sock.